You're in electronics.
That's what I spam in trade chat. Yeah, looking for partners. Vinruki's old partner.
So it looks like both teams are ready. I'm gonna hit the go button, and the very first map of this best of 3 is gonna be on. Oh
Ruin!
baby, Ruins of Lordaeron. Oh man, I slash reloaded. Hold on.
Yo.
So this is completely real. Some people are asking if this was like a test run or anything. No, this is the real deal, man. The real deal.
McCoy.
Actually, I gotta slash reload again, man. What's going on?
Dude. What are you doing, man?
I like the nameplates don't have like the class coding. Oh, one of them do, but the other one doesn't. Oh no, they both do. Okay. Anyway, let you guys get to the commentating.
Oh, buddy! So we got RMP against a Druid Thug Cleave. I'm thinking, looking at this matchup, that it's going to be a lot about rogue swaps, like catching CC on the healer and going on the rogue hard and stuns when he doesn't have feint up, and just trying to 100 to 0 him really fast. So you're going to have to watch for these rogues to make sure they keep feint up and they're prepared for it.
I'm fixing my add-on real quick, so.
No problem, dude.
Want me to take over for you, Breaker?
Yes, please.
Okay. So right away we got both rogues in stealth here. Yeah. That's what's happening.
Nice, dude.
Like no one has no
do.
real opener yet. Everyone's just kind of hanging out, chilling in stealth. Gonna go ahead and spec Vaze and see what he's up to.
That's what I'm doing, man. I'm so hyped to watch Vaze. I'm gonna be real. Gregpllitt now is in combat, so no sap going out. There's the blind on the priest already, and Science is already taking a lot of or not taking too much damage just yet. But this is Vaze's dance, so I'm assuming he's going to be very shortly. Dillypoo at the same time. He's in a kidney shot at 30% health here. This is Orb, and a deterrence is forced as Gregpllitt was put in that ring into a full blind out of it.
Yeah, Gregpllitt is going to actually choose to trinket that blind there. Really good trinket and bringing an Iron Bark onto Dillypoo. I mean, he was really low there. I mean, that was all of the cooldowns, but you never know. I mean, sometimes people can kind of pull out some clutch things and still continue to do a lot of damage to them. Silence is actually going to go onto Gregpllitt there. Fear onto Vaze. Really good, just really good CC coming out. Dillypoo is actually going to be cheap shot. Looks like he's going to be the target again. Another kidney shot landing onto Dillypoo. Gregpllitt is not going to have to sit any more CC. He's actually going to be able to freely cast some regrowths there. Vaze is actually going to be polyed up. Is he going to be able to get dispelled? Does not look like it. Looks like he's just going to have to sit the full durations of all of the three the polymorphs. I think actually he just got 2 out, so my mistake. Vaze is actually going to get cheap shot up here. He could possibly be the target here. He could actually just go down here, but I don't really think so. I think Gregpllitt has enough heals to be able to top him back up. The full kidney is actually going to land onto Dillypoo there, but he is actually going to come out of that, and I guess both teams are going to be okay. RMP is actually dipping really low there. Evasion is going to have to be popped there. Gregpllitt is going to be put into that polymorph. He's still going to be going down here. I mean, paint up is on him. Everything's on him, but he's still dipping pretty low. He could still die through this paint suppression here. Dejavu trying to get some fears out, and it looks like he's going to be able to land one. RMP is going to be popping that shadow dance, trying to get offensive here. Dillypoo is dipping pretty low as well. Iron Bark is going to land. Gregpllitt just feeling like they're in a really dangerous position here. The silence is going to go out, followed up by the deep. Are they going to be able to get anything off of that? I'm not exactly sure. It does not look like it, so he is going to be able to top Dillypoo and Vaze off.
Yeah, and the next swap onto RMP can be very scary. You know, Dejavu and RMP both have no trinket. Actually, Dillypoo caught into this full stun right now. Some burst coming out of him, but I think he's actually going to be fine. And Dejavu caught into a kidney, RMP caught into a stun, and Dejavu down to a full clone. It looks like they're not going to be able to make too much happen out of this, though. I think RMP is going to be fine for now. The trinket of Gregpllitt about to come back up. He is caught into that deep, into a full sheep. He does have trinket available now if he needs to use it. But I think Dillypoo is going to be okay.
Shadow Dance is actually coming out of Vaze. Looks like RMP is going to be the target here. Cheap Shot dipping really low. At the same time, 11% he could possibly go down here. Dejavu getting a heal onto him, but that doesn't look like that's going to be enough. Trying to spam out those saving graces as much as possible, but not able to top his teammate back up. And so that is going to be a win for We Put the Thug in Thug. Coming from your favorite WoW player, WoW competitor in the GCD community, Dillypoo.
So that game didn't look like 10% damage nerf. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those rogue swaps look legitimate, like legitimate burst, you know. So
yeah, it really depends on the matchup where the 10%. I mean, I play a lot of games where I don't even notice it at all. But some like kind of like more turtley comps where the 10% damage matters. But anyways, like I kind of said, they did end up opening onto the mage and the hunter, getting some pressure out that way. But ultimately, you're gonna get a kill in those matchups by killing the rogues, and that's what they ended up doing. And yeah, if you catch the rogue and cheap shot kidney with no feint, he takes an unbelievable amount of damage. And kind of, I mean, the only things that really kill rogues are other rogues, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Both subtlety rogues too, so
definitely, especially with the nerf, the hot fix. Sorry, we'll get into this next matchup, but especially with the hot fix, I mean, if you catch a rogue out of evasion, it's really detrimental for that rogue team.
I thought he was gonna go down with evasion and paint up, but this is gonna be the Grand Arena for the second game of this best of 3.
Yes, sir.
Great shot. It's really professional over here, you know. So the Grand Arena. This is going to be the choice coming out from the RMP. Definitely like a wide open map and has the ability to like get the turtley line of sight whenever they're in trouble. But this is Cleave. I'm not really sure if it gives them that big of an advantage, but we'll see, man. This is their choice.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a pretty neutral map. Doesn't really favor either team very much. And we're going to start with a stealth opener. If they play it right, the priest and the mage are going to have to come up first before the hunter and the druid, so they should get more of an ideal opener. You know, being able to probably sap the priest and open on the mage and maybe forcing some cooldowns that way.
Dillypoo's pet's name is Rind. I just want to point that out there. Sorry, Rind.
It's okay.
It looks like
a beautiful
actually...
blizzard, actually. Yeah, getting in combat there, getting Gregpllitt out. Good job by Science BX. And Dejavu actually caught into that full trap. I'm not exactly sure who they're on right now. A lot of pressure coming out onto Dillypoo, and they're actually forcing that Cleave quite defensive, and they're not actually forcing Dejavu to have to use anything. He is able to sit that full blind and save his trinket.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of damage coming out from Dillypoo right there. I mean, they all sat quite a bit of CC. I mean, Gregpllitt sat the full durations of all of those polymorphs, not knowing and having trust that Dillypoo probably is not going to go down there. Although that was a lot of damage, and being a 1200 player as I am, I probably would have freaked out and pressed all my buttons. But that's why I am commentating and not actually participating. The fear is actually going to land on Dillypoo. Gregpllitt going to be deeped up. Are they going to be able to get a polymorph out of that? Science actually is going to be put into that full kidney. They're not going to be able to blink away, which is kind of interesting. Actually, he blinked away a little bit late there. And so that was a little bit scary for Science there, but areyouokay looking like he's going to start taking just a little bit of damage here, trying to do some damage to Dillypoo as well. Dillypoo trying to get the Cobra shots out there. Science is actually trying to get some polymorphs out, but he is going to be interrupted on that, trying to get another polymorph out, but he is going to fake that. Vaze is actually going to be put into a full kidney. This could possibly be trouble for Vaze. Dillypoo is going to get polyed up. Gregpllitt is going to be put into that deep. Are they going to be able to get a polymorph out? It looks like they're actually going to get a ring on that. Dillypoo going to be feared up. Vaze is actually going to pop the smoke bomb there. Is going to be hitting areyouokay here. Could this possibly be the setup that they're looking for? Shadow Dance coming out of of Vaze actually. areyouokay taking quite a bit of damage at 35%. The evasion is going to have to come out. Dejavu is going to be cycling up. This could be really, really scary for areyouokay. The bash is going to land onto Dejavu. They're going to be able to follow anything up onto him. Not quite yet. He is going to be able to get some penances out. Dillypoo going to be put into that full kidney. Gregpllitt is actually going to be deeped up. Are they going to get the polymorph out? The silence coming out. Dillypoo is dipping really low. The Iron Bark is going to have to land onto Dillypoo, which is going to be really good. NS coming out of Gregpllitt there. Full trap onto Dejavu. Science could be in a lot of trouble here. He still has his block. Is he going to have to be forced to use it here? Dejavu going to be put into that full clone. I think he's going to have to block here, and the block is going to come out, and he's going to be able to save him some time.
They're going to go ahead and open up onto areyouokay, who does have a trinket coming up in about a minute, which is a key element for him to surviving a tough swap. Dejavu during the last swap did have to blow his trinket, coming up in about a minute, but they're actually turning around on Dillypoo. Gregpllitt caught into a full sheep. Dillypoo caught into kidney cheap shot, and is going to have to go into that turret around 90% HP. Gregpllitt should be able to top him up after that, and they should be okay for now.
Vaze actually going to get gouged on his Shadow Dance there. That was kind of a waste of a 3.5 second Shadow Dance there, which is kind of unfortunate. But Science is actually going to get kidneyed up, but he's going to be able to blink out of that. Dejavu going to be sitting that DR trap as well. I think they're just trying to look for an open window to get a kill. I mean, they use a lot of their CC from this RMD, so I'm not sure if they have a lot of CC coming to follow that up pretty soon. But I mean, I may be wrong. Maybe they can swap some of the CC over. Vaze is actually going to be feared up. Dillypoo going to be put into that full kidney. It looks like he's going to be the target here. 60%. Could they possibly get enough damage out to be able to take him down? The Iron Bark is going to go on to Dillypoo from Gregpllitt there. Just trying to keep Dillypoo safe, trying to keep him offensive. Vaze is going to have to pop that Cloak of Shadows. Dejavu just trying to get some heals out onto his targets, and Science looks like he is going to be the target here. I'm not too sure what is going to be going on. Dejavu is going to be put into that trap there. The Shadow Dance is coming out from RMP. Looks like Vaze could possibly go down here, 47%. It looks like the NS is going to come out from Gregpllitt, so they're actually going to be okay. That was really, really scary. Dipped down all the way to 30%.
Yeah, Vaze had to pop his wall there. Gregpllitt had to use the trinket and NS, so the next swap could be Vaze's trinket for sure, or death. And Dejavu and RMP both sitting with the trinkets for now. Not a lot of pressure going out at the moment. Dejavu caught into that full blind. They're doing the swap onto RMP. And actually, Dejavu and RMP both trinket there. A little bit of an overlap. That could be a big mistake and end up costing them the game the next time they're able to get a good swap onto him. Vaze actually caught into that full kidney, but he does have trinket available. Gregpllitt probably going to go into a full ring right here. Dillypoo doing an excellent job of interrupting it. So Gregpllitt not going to be caught into any CC, and he should be just fine. Same with Vaze.
Actually, for a second, Dejavu thought he actually deathed the blind, but that was the trinket. Dejavu is going to be put into that full trap there. This could be trouble. A lot of damage coming out from Vaze here. RMP taking a lot of damage. The evasion is going to have to come out. Just feeling a little bit scared for his life. Vaze is starting to take quite a bit of damage. I mean, they're both sitting at like 50%. Gregpllitt is going to be blinded up here. The Cloak of Shadows is coming out from Vaze, trying to keep himself offensive. The deterrence actually coming out from Dillypoo there. Vaze could possibly go down here. The Iron Bark, I don't think it's going to be enough. The trinket coming out, but the feint was not enough, and it's going to be a win for Wanna Try It Squid.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That's a 1-1.
Vaze actually, yeah, Vaze had his trinket available earlier in that combo. I guess he didn't think he was going to be taking that much damage. If he trinketed a little bit earlier and popped his evasion, he might have been able to survive, but I'm not exactly sure. He might have got like cheap shot on his trinket or something like that.
Oh, man. That was cool. I like the setups of both of those compositions. It's really interesting to watch that. Something to note is that the Science, like, I feel like these players are communicating so well. I was watching the priest point of view, and the rogue was running up to them, like trying to maybe like get a sap or to stun or whatever, and he got stealth off, and right away the mage blizzard on top of his priest and got the rogue out. And like there's just little things like that just blow my mind of like the synergy between these players. So I'm really excited to see who's going to continue and advance in this best of 3. But because Dillypoo's team is the last one to lose, it's their choice of map pick here. So
yeah, I don't thinking about the matchup, I don't know if there's a map that really favors either team. So I think it'll be a nice even map, which is something I always like to see. I don't like map advantages, and this is actually a really, really good series, and it could go either way, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, both teams playing very well.
Let's see. I'm asking Dilly what map he wants, and it looks like, ooh, it's gonna be on Dalaran Sewers.
Cool.
Let's take a look. Oh my god, I accidentally queued 3 sec. It happens so often, it's ridiculous. He accidentally queued 3s, so.
Oh.
It happens a lot, especially, and it only happens when they lose. Have you noticed that? Like every single time that they queue up for 3s, it's because they lost the game and they're like, okay, I just want to get back in there. I want to get better. I wanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, it only happens when losses happen.
Oh, they actually ended up getting a game and now they're playing.
Yeah. So they're probably gonna be a hot minute. I mean, they are playing Thug Cleave though, so it probably won't be too long, right?
Yeah. Hopefully they don't fight like double healer warlock or anything like that.
Oh man, one of these teams was at like 2,800 rating, and they tried to like go into the arena with like tournament gear on, and it didn't work, and they like lost. They were pretty upset, and then they like, I felt like they kind of tilted a little bit afterwards. So
No, that can happen for sure. I think if it was me and I queued up, if I was in a tournament, I queued up a ladder game, I would just leave the ladder game and not really care about it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would instantly like, leave and not think about it. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay focused.
It's like
just
whatever.
Sacrifice the rating, you know. But at the same time,
go in and get cheese.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
double cheese is definitely a lot worse than one cheese. You know, like once you're at two cheeses.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Double cheeseburgers are pretty delicious.
You're an honorary American from now on, then. What kind of cheese do you like on your hamburgers, then?
Gonna have to go with like the cheddar. I think cheddar or American cheese.
Yeah, like a sharp cheddar. Yeah, Hannah's right with you
nice
there.
Sharp cheddar. You know, a little bit of bacon on the back end.
All right. Oh
I'm
man.
kind of hungry now.
Yeah. Breaker, what's your favorite cheese on your hamburgers? Are you a fancy one or?
It depends what kind of hamburger I'm eating, to be honest. I mean,
hamburger eating. Damn, you're intense, man. Different hamburger.
Dude.
I didn't even know there was different hamburgers.
Should I say sandwiches? I was my mind was referring a little bit more to sandwiches, but hamburgers. To be honest, a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I don't eat many hamburgers. I like sandwiches, man.
Yeah, I hate you.
Yeah. Oh my god. Sorry.
You don't like hamburgers? What the hell, man?
Well, I do. I love hamburgers. Like? No. I love hamburgers. I just don't eat them very much. But I so much would rather have a really good sandwich, like, oh gosh, like a sub or something like that. You know?
Yeah, dude. No, man, I was all about the hamburgers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't believe the Canadian is signing on me about hamburgers right now, man. What is this?
You don't think we have hamburgers in Canada?
I don't know.
What do you think we eat up here?
Maple syrup and stuff. I don't know.
Maple syrup and stuff. I feel like
I always pick on Hannah because
discriminated against. Okay.
I love discriminating against Hannah.
Shut up, guys. I'm just so over you guys. Okay.
Whenever you talk to Hannah, just like whenever we have like food choices, like we go out to get pizza or whatever. I always like, oh yeah, so you want like pineapples on it because you're Hawaiian, right? It makes her so angry. I don't know why. She hates that, but at the same time, she like loves Spam and she like totally like has the stereotype of a Hawaiian. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. Maybe it's the Italian in me, but I really like my favorite food to eat is by far like pasta or gosh, I want to say like either pasta or I love eating like a really good steak. Oh god.
Wow, why are we doing this, dude?
Is that Italian steak?
Steak is Italian.
Steak isn't Italian, but no, pasta definitely is, and
yeah,
so I just kind of measured it with the amount of how much I love pasta.
I love how anytime like. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you guys have food conversations all the time, but I feel like that's such like such a thing that happens when I'm around. It's just talking about food all the time.
Dude, food's a big part of yourself, man. It's a big part of your life.
I had some delicious Thai food for dinner, actually.
We're talking about food. We should be talking about WoW. I mean,
yeah, let's talk about some WoW. Okay, what do you guys think's gonna happen in this next game? I mean, who do you guys think's gonna take it?
I have faith in my boy Dilly, dude.
Same.
Oh, looks like he is ready. He just won the game, so he's not on tilt. So that's good.
Nice. I should even pop him before.
Alright, I sent the war game request out, but now it's not being accepted. Baby Roasties is going AFK. What's going on, guys? I'm going to press the go button again. Yeah, one team did not accept. Oh, please!
Please, we just want to watch the game.
I just want to watch games, man. Like, I don't know.
It's okay. This will be a good game.
Oh, yeah.
I think a really key part of this matchup is making sure, like, when they're doing the rogue swaps, the healer and the rogue doesn't trinket. They have to organize that very well. And if you see them overlapping, it's big trouble, little China. Big trouble.
So I'm queuing up, but one of the teams did not accept. I think it might be Dillypoo's team. Hello?
Dillypoo.
Dilly, you asked them to nerf hunters, and it happened. Yeah, what's up with that, Dilly? No, but,
Hope you're happy with
oh, okay, we accepted. I think it's bugged. Alright, it might be bugged, in which case this is a particular type of bug that we are experienced with, in which, we have to go ahead and wait some more, because, you know, that's always fun.
Yep.
What do we have to do? What do we have to do?
We literally just sit here and wait. It's like kind of like there's an instance open for these teams, and the instance has to like follow through. Like the game has to start and then end, and then we can queue up again.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So
yeah, you guys got it all figured out here, which is nice.
Enough trial and error.
Yeah, sitting here figuring out what to do. You guys know what to do. It's just good.
Well, Dmachine knows what to do. I just sit here and run around on my mount.
That's not true, Breaker. Well, I mean, you probably are running around on your mount, but I mean, it's,
yeah.
Well, you helped me figure all this out, so.
True. Okay, true.
Credit where credit's due. You like sat here AFK for like 4 hours before this was even a thing. Like before we even knew we were going to like. We're like, yeah, let's put on tournaments. Can you just sit AFK for 4 hours while I figure out this add-on? Thanks, man. Yeah. Like no incentive or anything.
To give like a background to you guys to like GCD TV, we were talking about this like at BlizzCon. Like Dmachine was always kind of like thinking about it and was always wanted to do it. But he brought the idea up with me a long time ago, and we were just like, oh, we should do this, let's think of names, but we are going to get into an arena here. It looks like we are going to have Dalaran Sewers.
Oh man, you introduced it for me, that was sick. Cut that nostalgia off right there.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, this is Dalaran Sewers. This is Dillypoo's choice. It's a smaller map, but it still's got that line of sight, unlike Ruins of Lordaeron, so they can play defensive if they need to, but I don't know, Ven. As the veteran mage, I feel like Ring of Frost, for whatever reason on this map, on the boxes just seems so good, but what do you think about the two different compositions on Dalaran Sewers? Is there an advantage on either side?
I think the smaller maps may favor the priest just because he's going to be able to get fears out easier. You know, it's not going to be as easy for Gregpllitt to kite dejavu, but we'll see. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, I think it's also like pretty good. You know, if Science isn't able to get like a deep sheep, if he tries to get like a sheep outside of deep, I think it's really good because Gregpllitt or any of the people can just walk out of line with those boxes. So
yeah, and Science actually doing a great job there. Denying their opener, getting them all in combat, and looks like, yeah, like you said, they're not sure what they're doing right now. Opening up onto Science right now. Dejavu caught into that full trap. They're bursting Science actually really hard. He's taking a lot of damage, down to 30% right now. He's probably gonna have to go into this ice block. Dejavu saving his trinket and just willing to trade that ice block.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of damage, and I think it was definitely a good idea. Just definitely saving the trinket from Dejavu was really good, and trading the ice block for it, because you know, like mages, they do have 2 ice blocks available at one point in time, but. Anyways, here we go. Dillypoo is going to be polyed up here. Is he going to be able to get dispelled? Doesn't look like a Gregpllitt is actually going to be put into a full blind there, into a full polymorph actually. Vaze, he is trying to save that trinket as well. I mean, he doesn't think that Vaze is going to be in enough trouble to have to force that trinket. So it looks like it's actually going to get broken here. Dejavu going to be put into that full trap there. Gregpllitt is going to be deeped up. Are they going to be able to get anything to follow it up? It does not look like it. Actually, the silence comes out, but he is able to get the NS off right before the silence. The fear is going to come out, but he's actually going to trinket that in Ironbark Vaze. He's starting to feel a little bit scared there. Dillypoo is actually going to get CC there, but he's going to come out of that Vaze. The Ironbark is actually going to fade soon, and he's still pretty low. Are they going to be able to get a swap onto Vaze that will be able to secure them the kill? Does not look like it yet.
Yeah, I think their ultimate goal is going to be on Dillypoo right now. Like I said, he's the one that doesn't have any hots, and he's going to be taking the most damage. Gregpllitt caught into that full sheep, but at the same time, RMP caught into the cheap shot. Paint Step does go out from Dejavu, and they are trying to turn around that pressure a little bit. But the key thing to look at right now is Gregpllitt and Vaze both don't have a trinket, so if they're able to get a nice swap onto Vaze, who with no hots and CC on Gregpllitt, they could just kill him immediately. But at the same time, Science taking so much damage, down to around 25%. Dejavu not even CC getting those heals out, and looks like he'll be okay for now. But this is what I'm talking about. Gregpllitt into the Fear, into the Silence. Vaze into the triple cheap shot. He is going to be fine. Hot's coming out from Gregpllitt. The heart is up right now, so he's going to be able to top him quite easily.
Yeah, the Heart of the Wild NS just does so much healing, just top him up instantly. That was actually pretty crazy. Gregpllitt trying to get a Cyclone out, but he's actually going to get interrupted on that. Dillypoo looks like he's going to be the target here, but RMP and Dejavu are going to get stunned up there, which is going to stop a lot of the damage and a lot of the CC. So that was actually a really good stuns coming out. Vaze actually going to be cheaped up. Gregplitt's going to be polyed up into a Fear. Vaze is going to be put into that DR Kidney. Is this going to be the kill that they're looking for? The cloak is actually going to come out from Vaze, stopping some of the damage coming out from Science, which is going to be really good. Gregpllitt going to continue to get polyed up, but it looks like they're going to be running out of CC as of right now. Actually, I spoke a little bit too soon. The Shadow Dance coming out of Vaze here, the deep onto Gregpllitt into a DR blind. Science could just go down here. That's going to be the block at 11%. That was really, really close. We didn't want to see what happened last time where one of the mages just died without blocking. I think it might have been Tymelia. But anyways, the Vaze is actually going to still be sitting pretty low. The Sheep Shot going on. Fear is actually going to be landing on Gregpllitt there. Vaze could possibly be in trouble here, spamming Feint. Is he going to be able to live? Is he going to be able to last this out? A Gouge actually going to come up defensively, and it looks like the NS is going to come out from Gregpllitt, and Vaze is going to be okay.
That was a beautiful defensive smoke bomb by Vaze too. Although Science has been taking a lot of damage, he does have that ice block coming up again in 1 second. So once hypothermia fades, he does have that ice block available to him, so he's not going to be in too much trouble for now. Looks like they are trying to get some pressure out on Dillypoo. Kidney onto Dillypoo, deep onto Gregpllitt. He's going to try to follow up with that sheep, but Dillypoo does trinket that kidney to stop Science from getting any CC on Gregpllitt. Beautiful move by him, and Gregpllitt is able to keep his trinket and avoid some CC. He is caught into the full fear right now, though, and they're trying to put some damage out onto Dillypoo still.
Yeah, and Gregpllitt is actually going to have to force that trinket there. A little bit of questionable trinket, but it looks like this is the setup that RMD wants, so Gregpllitt might be a little scared here. The Shadow Dance coming out from Vaze, trying to bring some defensive but offensive pressure out onto the enemy team here. Gregpllitt is going to be deeped up. Are they going to be able to follow anything up out of that? Paint Up is actually going to land on the Science. It's going to fade now, so Science could be in a lot of trouble here. Vaze is going to be Iron Barked from Gregpllitt, and he actually is going to get that NS out. The full fear landing onto Gregpllitt. Dillypoo just getting polymorphed up. The Gouge landing on Are You Okay? Just trying to peel. Really good peels coming out from We Put the Hug and Thug. Gregpllitt is going to be polymorphed up. He is going to be sitting that full poly. Dillypoo looks like it's going to be the target here. Vaze just trying to stay out of LOS a little bit. Gregpllitt is going to continue to be polyed up. Dillypoo is at 77%. I think he's going to be okay for now. 50%. I might have spoken a little bit too soon. The full kitty and the deep are going to land onto Gregpllitt there. Dillypoo's dipping really low. This could be the deterrence. It's just going to go down. Man. As soon as he hits that deterrence, man, he just drops.
That's unfortunate. I think Dillypoo actually had his trinket and both the turns up. I mean, he got a... I guess he just underestimated the damage that was going to come up because he did have trinket for that kidney, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He did have 2 destroys available to him, so he had the cooldowns available. Just I guess he underestimated the damage that was coming in.
Yeah, this is still a brand new game, you know, with all the changes that had just occurred. Still just getting used to it, but that was a lot of damage coming in from the RMP, and wow. I don't know. I did not see Dillypoo going down right there, looking at his cooldowns like he said. But that means